Hi, Grazia. Great to talk to you today. I'm super excited about it. You have been called an engineering rock star by several people, actually. And I totally agree with that for you. You are such a difference maker. And that's why I'm so pleased that we can interview as part of our Difference Makers part at the 150th anniversary for us. But could you just start by telling us what your job is and why you're such a difference maker?
Dan, that is so flattering. Thank you so much for your words and for having me today, for giving me the opportunity to contribute. I've been Chief Technology Officer at Airbus now, serving all the divisions of the group since 2018. And in that capacity, I'd like to think that it's really my responsibility to drive the Airbus ambition to leverage technology to build the future of aviation and aerospace. So that applies to aircraft, both military and civil, to our helicopters, our satellites, our launchers, to the full Airbus portfolio. We need to develop many different technology pathways concurrently, coherently. And in this sense, I really like to think that my greatest contribution still lies ahead.
I really like that. And it's really nice to hear and the aerospace sector really sort of paving the way in terms of engineering a better world. And you were part of something. I was following you on Twitter just earlier today and reading and watching some of the Zero Emissions Day that you were part of. I mean, that sounds an amazing thing for Airbus to do. During
the past 6 months at Airbus, we've been really laser focused on supporting the entire aviation ecosystem. That is absolutely important to really focus and set the priorities on what is vitally important. There's a lot, of course, our press release last Monday did generate a lot of buzz and also quite some skepticisms on the timeline, on the feasibility of such solutions, on the safety of hydrogen in aviation. And, here another quote I like is the one of Nelson Mandela. It's always impossible until you get it done. And this is absolutely where we're focusing all our energies and resources at Airbus.
You must be such an amazing role model for so many people. And but I think it's really important that you're not just a role model for girls or for like budding engineering girls. You're a role model for boys as well. And I think that's really important as well.
Yeah, well, a new generation seem to have less of a categorization in mind when it comes to elements of diversity. And, very often in the room, I'm the only one who is an Italian national, but grew up in the United States. I'm pentalingual. I am an aerospace engineer and a very passionate pilot with classical ballet training. So that's what defines me, right? It's the elements, the different facets, the elements of diversity, which each and single one of us have.
If you had any advice for young people who wanted to get into engineering, technology, aerospace engineering, what would it be?
Very simply, just go for it. There is no better sector, better suited to high ambitions technologically, environmentally than aerospace. There is no greatest investment in your career than the one you make in yourself at the end. And so just make sure that in parallel you enjoy the path that takes you there too.
What's next for Grazia, the CTO of Airbus?
I stuck my head out. I promised, I committed that by 2035, we're going to be out there with a market-ready product, really with zero emissions. We have several demonstrators in the pipeline to investigate hybrid architectures. So it's really an exciting period. There's several technologies advancing, and I'll make sure that we get there on time with the right answers.
Amazing. Thank you so much.